Welcome to the OVW Podcast, the unofficial podcast of Ohio Valley Wrestling. We're here for another very special episode today. I'm joined, as always, by my co-host, Brian Hines.
Melikaliki Maka, kids.
Tyni Brian, producer Tyni Brian, is here with us as well.
I have joined the people on the camera. It's weird.
And the way that we're going to do this today is we are going to draft Christmas 5 items for Christmas Day food. And, of course, since it's a draft, if I was to say cranberry sauce, that means nobody else can get cranberry sauce.
Don't you dare say cranberry sauce.
So this is going to get competitive quick. We all have our draft boards. We've been up all night. We've been negotiating with all the agents, and we're ready to go.
Hold on. I'm not ready for this.
There we go. Okay. Now we're ready.
Some people are on the party planning committee. I am the party planning committee. And this is for you, Dakota, by the way.
Yes, Dakota, you
inspired this.
Listener Dakota, you were the impetus for this.
Yes, more food talk. So more food talk it is. So how are we doing this?
Malachi, can you think of a number between 1 and 10, please? Tyni Brian, can you give me a number between 1 and 10?
4.
Brian Hines?
3 is the magic number.
I'm going to go with 6. Which one of us is closest?
Number was 7.
Oh, God.
So I'm going to go first. You're going to go second. And Tyni Brian, you're going to go third.
Okay. I still feel good about this.
First pick overall, 2023 Christmas Day food draft. I'm going leftovers from Applebee's because we had them on the Christmas where my grandmother got out of the hospital on Christmas Eve. We hit Applebee's that night. Didn't have a lot of time to cook. Still one of my all-time favorite Christmas memories is that night, just being together and everyone being safe and healthy. So I'm going leftovers from Applebee's. First pick.
That's really nice.
What specifically are we talking? We talking a little spin dips?
At that time, I probably had a Bourbon Street steak because I didn't eat a lot of things that weren't red meat. So, which is very different to how I eat now. But at 15, I was definitely only about red meat for sure.
A Bourbon Street steak sounds really good right about now. I've got one of those in the freezer.
Applebee's is slept on. Let's not sleep on Applebee's. Brian Hines, second choice.
You're documenting all this over there, right, Jackman?
Yes.
Okay. So I've given this a lot of thought. And is everybody going to go with, main course and then sides? Or should we not just discuss this and just do whatever comes natural?
Whatever comes natural.
Okay. Well, if I was going to go with a main course first, but if we're going
it's
to
a
go
smart choice here this early in the draft.
If we're going to go with what's most important, that's a completely different question altogether. I want to go with dressing. Dressing is my favorite. Wait, does gravy come with that?
No.
All right.
No,
then
gravy is a separate.
I'm still going with dressing.
Gravy might just be a condiment in this situation. Maybe you can consider.
Everything's on the table. Gravy, condiments.
There's enough for one person.
If you need mayo for a turkey sandwich, that is a choice of yours.
Wow, this is going to get
intense.
This is a lot. Okay,
Tyni Brian.
So
the clock is on.
So is this so your Applebee's? Is that no Applebee's food generally or no steak?
No Applebee's.
Okay, well that. No, not a lot of Applebee's
That's
eating
fine.
for me at Christmas. I'm gonna go with the main course, and I'm going to take sliced ham. Specifically the honey roasted ham.
Yeah, I knew it.
With the crinkly edges and the super thin slicing. So yeah, that's essential.
That was my original first pick. But I opted for dressing because I wasn't going to let any of you cretins have any.
And I would have, if you would have taken ham, I certainly would have taken dressing.
Well, then I feel confident in my choice because I would rather have the dressing. I love the ham. Don't get me wrong.
This is for me my next choice since it's still on the board. It's really a steal this late into the draft. Turkey.
Well, sure. That was a natural thing. Somebody picks ham and turkey's right there.
Bringing it in a little bit. It was. Projected to draft a little higher. We're bringing it in a little bit lower of a price range.
If this were a Thanksgiving draft, I think it would have already been gone.
Yeah.
I do turkey at both holidays.
Sure, so did we.
Big fan of turkey.
But we did.
Sorry, go ahead.
We always had a ham at Christmas. Yes, so we'd have turkey too, but ham. We also had ham at Thanksgiving.
I've pressed many a Christmas ham before.
I will admit, if ham was still on the table, I would have taken ham. But turkey as the second choice, that's a steal. That's a steal in anybody's draft.
Okay, let me ask this. So the spiral sliced honey baked ham is off the table.
Ham
It's already
is
been
off the table.
ham entirely.
Yes.
So country ham is
Off the table.
all ham.
Mm-hmm.
All hands off deck.
Shit. Well, I feel like I should go for a main course as well, and that's kind of a
team
tough
really
call
needs one
because
right now.
you've got like prime rib. What
What about a goose?
steak would be off the table?
Applebee's is my choice, but steak is still technically on the table.
Okay.
Yes.
Since this is a theoretical food draft, I could go and release the Kraken and go with the turducken.
We're going to, we can go ducking. We cannot go turducken.
Oh, well, if we can't go turducken, then I'm going to go
The
with
commissioner will not allow that.
Commissioner Gordon.
Commissioner Gordon will not allow that.
All right. Well,
Commissioner
if
P.S.
a
Woodard will not allow
turducken is off the table, then I'm going to go with a personal family favorite for the Hines family going back close to 40 years. That would be Munster chicken. And
Is there Munster cheese involved in this?
Okay.
well, yes, the name would have kind of imply that, but
I mean, it could have been the Munsters.
no. It is a recipe that came from our church cookbook, like back in the 80s, and
Classic.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's how you know it's good. And it came from a lady by the name of Helen Brown, who was one of those people that was always at church, always did the bake sales, always had something, and everything was always so good. And it's basically fried, boneless, skinless chicken breast. It's breaded and then fried, and then put into a casserole dish with mushrooms, and then covered in a carpet of Munster cheese.
All right, so next time we have a little potluck. That's what you're bringing, sir.
I'm not going to wheel in. I'm not going to roll out the big guns first, but one of these days, yes.
Tiny Brian, you're on the clock.
Oh, this is an easy choice for me as far as essential things for a good quality holiday dinner. You got to have some rolls.
Rolls, wow.
Yeah.
In fact,
Wow.
I have a story about
Power
rolls.
player.
Mm-hmm.
So I was in middle school, and when I was very young, we always had Christmas Eve at my grandmother's house. And she got a little older, so my mother's youngest sister started hosting Christmas Eve, and we were all going there. And I went there and I get there, and they have this bar in the kitchen, and on the end of the bar is this bowl, and in this bowl is the warmest looking just bowl of bread of different kinds of buns, of little hot dog looking buns, hoagie buns, and round buns, and just all the most beautiful rolls you've ever seen.
You're talking about it like it's the first time you saw Pam Anderson or something. From
Or
your
just
guys'
boobs in
generation.
general.
Yeah, you're talking about it like it's boobs.
I mean, folks, I'm on camera on our YouTube channel. Rolls have had a lot,
Big influence in your
big
life.
influence. So, needless to say, little fat boy that I was, I immediately grabbed one of these rolls and chomped into it, only to discover that my cousin had actually taken these rolls and baked them and then lacquered them and varnished them, and they were just apparently for decoration.
They were imposter rolls.
That's
so
ugly.
And for 10, and what's funny is
That's ugly.
and then I pull back, and
Who the
it's
fuck
just
does
this bread with teeth marks in it. And what's funny is they kept that roll for the next 10 years of, like, this bread bowl would come out every year of this decorative bread, and they would turn the one roll so that my teeth marks were visible. So
You're
they
lucky
could-
that your teeth weren't still in it.
Yeah,
I'm
really.
For crying out loud.
So, but even though I was traumatized in that way at a young age, rolls are still, they've got to be on my table.
Sure.
Third choice overall, my pick. This is an easy one for me. Maker's Mark. Going with Maker's Mark. Very important.
Okay, so I think we got to take out all bourbon at that point.
Going and very important. Producer Malachi, Commissioner P.S. Woodard, is this just Maker's Mark specifically, or is this all bourbon?
All bourbon.
All bourbon. Okay.
All right. Okay.
All right. So
Bourbon is off the
Bourbon
table.
as a drink. Bourbon as like a lacquer or whatever. Yeah, that's still good.
First
Okay.
drink I ever had, Maker's Mark, when I was teething. Last drink I'll ever had on my deathbed, Maker's Mark, baby. Not necessarily my favorite, but definitely a big holiday, traditional thing for my family. So, gonna go with Maker's Mark.
Okay.
B. Hines.
Well, while we were talking about my choice for main course, I realized that I have the opportunity to go ahead and grab that gravy that I talked about a minute ago,
Gravy.
which is also a good drink
Yeah.
with Christmas dinner. Pass the gravy.
I'll just take. I mean, I've been known to just take a pint of gravy.
Yeah, I have a friend who used to inhale some substances that are far less illicit than they were in my youth, and would go to the local Kentucky Fried Chicken and just order a large gravy and chug that
Oh, yeah.
sandwich.
Yeah, I've done that before. I mean, who
It's a
hasn't?
power play.
Yeah.
Power play. Tiny Brian,
So I have a question for our commissioner, remembering that
Commissioner P.S. Woodard.
I house and feed you. In the first round, Brian, you took stuffing, dressing.
Technically, they are. The
No,
only
no.
distinction between the two is dressing is served separately and stuffing
Is in
is
the bird.
in the bird.
So there is a difference. That's my point.
But I have
There
turkey.
is indeed a difference.
So I can have some stuffing. I just can't have the turkey from which that stuffing came.
Is that your understanding of the rule book, P.S. Woodard?
This is serious.
That is my understanding. of the
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so you know what? It's a little too convoluted. I'm going to stay above the fray of controversy, and I'm just going to go with cranberry sauce.
Cranberry sauce. Perfect. Great.
So this has
Great
not
choice.
dissuaded him from taking the stuffing out of the turkey and eating it all by himself.
Right.
Oh,
That
I
is-
certainly do that, yes.
With your bare hands.
And you
Remember,
still,
I love bread, and that's just sort of bread casserole, so.
I am, for my fourth pick here, this is a hard one, but I think I'm going with, even though Mr. Hines has gravy, I think I'm going with mashed potatoes.
Sucker.
Mashed potatoes.
Well, I don't know. What kind of mashed potatoes? Are they going to be like garlic mashed potatoes? or
I get the loaded baked
prefer,
potatoes.
prefer chunky. Like, I'm the only
the
person in my
peanut
family
butter.
that makes them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I prefer chunky peanut butter. I'm the only person in my family that prefers chunky peanut butter, too.
I understand. All
But,
right.
you know, I think with enough, like, girth, enough, like, heartiness, I would love to have the gravy, but I don't necessarily need it. I've got the turkey.
Do
like,
some chives in there. Some
I'll trade you
garlic
shot
powder.
for shot.
We
I'll
could,
give you a shot of gravy if you give me a shot of Maker's Mark.
we could after the draft is over, we can discuss all further trade possibilities.
Okay, that's fair. We'll save the questions
This is
until the
quite
end
a
of the third.
table we're setting, really.
It is.
B. Hines, fourth choice.
I'm trying to decide if I should move on to desserts or if there's anything that I would want in the main course. Cranberry sauce is out. Can I see the list over here?
Yes, here's the list. I got a
Okay.
little bit of a chicken scratch right in style.
That's
but
all right, man. I got you. Well, I'll go ahead and tell you what it's not
getting
going to
tough.
be.
It's
It's
getting
not
tough.
going to be green beans.
it's a mistake.
What about the green bean casserole?
Also, no.
But it has those onions in it.
I'll take the onions, but the casserole itself, not so much.
Okay.
We're on the clock.
Oh, all right, God, it's just so hard.
It
That's
is
what she said.
Punch.
punch.
Ooh.
If I'm going to have a drink,
Punch.
I want some punch made by my son because he is always in charge of the punch, and it's always so
Punch.
good.
It's a great choice. You're
Excellent choice.
coming down to the wire, but
Yeah.
you made a really great choice there. Great
Yeah,
choice.
I feel good about this.
So I'm going to go with an old staple,
Okay.
macaroni and cheese.
Late. Little late than a lot of people thought that was going to be on the board, but a great choice here. Great
Totally
choice.
slipped my mind.
I'm surprised I haven't seen scalloped potatoes anywhere here.
That was my next thought. I had the best scalloped potatoes I ever had the other night. There was a Christmas party at Thoroughbreds around the corner.
Oh, I hear they have great food.
Oh yeah,
Shout out to
really do.
those guys.
Yeah.
That's a free plug if you're in Lexington. Thoroughbred. great
Thoroughbred.
food.
If you want to go to a racehorse bar, that's Lexington's
Best hot browns around.
hottest, brownest brown that's hot.
I'm going last choice here. Sticky bun.
Ooh.
Sticky bun.
Good.
It's a-
Was that fall into the category of rolls?
I'm gonna go no because it's a dessert.
That's true.
Yeah, the
Very
savory
sick.
versus sweet.
Big fan of the sticky bun in my family. I've been doing that for as long as I can possibly remember. A lot of times I just, especially in my younger days, looked forward to the sticky bun more than almost anything else about Christmas. So I'm going sticky bun on this one.
now I'm kind of torn between should I go for like an odd and end, like some rando kind of thing that maybe you guys don't know about, or should I go straight for dessert?
I would say we would have one more round of picks and then desserts.
Okay.
No, we are.
This
is a hard five. This is a hard five. A team of hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
This makes this. I wanted it to be challenging. I wanted it to be difficult.
It is difficult. You know what? I don't necessarily need the desserts. I'll have desserts at somebody else's dinner. I'm going to go with the homemade sausage balls.
Oh, classic.
Oh.
Yeah.
With the Bisquick and the cheddar
I
cheese.
wish I had thought of that.
Suck it, kids.
I wish I had thought of that. Oh, man.
So, with my last pick of the draft, I'm at, just so you know, I was prepared to go with strawberry shortcake.
Okay.
I am not doing that because Brian Hines here, good friend, has changed my mind. We've got to have the hors d'oeuvres. So I am going with pigs in blankets.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
Similar to sausage balls, not exactly the same.
Yep.
Similar to rolls, not exactly the same.
Exactly.
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 Do you want to do two standalone picks in addition to our five?
Reserves.
Let's go.
Yeah,
them off.
reserve.
Honorable mentions.
Honorable mentions.
Honorable
Rapid file.
Let's go.
Salami rolls.
Salami rolls with like mozzarella in the middle,
Cream cheese.
cream cheese. Okay. Tiny Brian.
Family favorite.
Oh, that's pretty good. I'm going to go with the weird Jell-O salad with the
Okay.
fruits in it
Okay.
and the whipped cream.
And the olives.
No, that's different.
Something I wanted on my list, but I'm going to go ahead and take it here in the bonus round. Burnt Tostitos pizza. The burnt dollar Tostitos pizza. Anything else, fellas, on the way out here? And we'll review our teams.
Chocolate cake.
Chocolate cake.
Chocolate cake. And I am going to round this out with the food of Waffle House.
Oh, yeah. That's a really, really good call. Only
I
thing
have-
open? Yes.
The board
Yes.
would like to also recognize star of the year. Did not make a pick here. Cheesy scalloped potatoes.
Cheesy scalloped potatoes.
That Malachi was waiting for scalloped potatoes this whole damn time.
He's an easy man. He knows what he likes.
He is Irish. He comes from good Scotch-Irish stock. So
All right. In conclusion here, Team Jackman Ochs, leftover Applebee's, turkey, Maker's Mark, mashed potatoes, sticky bun, delicious.
seems like a gross Christmas, really.
Hines, dressing, Munster chicken, gravy, punch, sausage balls. Great team there.
Yeah. Solid.
Tiny, definitely.
Actually, mostly not solid.
I'm gonna give it to you on this one. I think
I
you
am the
definitely
fat man.
Put together the most traditional team, but it's Christmas. We can all have whatever we want. Your team was sliced ham, rolls, cranberry sauce, macaroni and cheese, pigs in a blanket. Special shout out to some of the luminaries coming up. Didn't make it through this year's draft, but definitely we're going to be keeping them in mind for next year's draft. Jell-O salad, burnt Tostitos pizza, chocolate cake, anything from Waffle House, and cheesy scalloped potatoes from our commissioner, Mr. P.S. Woodard. Thank you guys so much for listening to this special episode of the Ohio Valley Wrestling Podcast. Holidays are hard. Take care of yourself.
Seriously, Merry Christmas. Have a great holiday.
Thanks for listening.